Welcome back, everybody. How's it going? I am Moose, the DM tonight. Welcome back to Cloak and Stagger. Tonight we are continuing our Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign. God dang. I got surprised there. JRB, thank you for the sub, and then thank you for the gifted subs.
I do what I
can. So yes, welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good week. I'm having a better week now that it's the weekend, and we get to play D&D together. So, with that being said, I don't have really any announcements or anything like that. Usually I have shit to talk about, but I've got nothing. So. Why don't we just go ahead and jump into the campaign? So we do want to do a quick little recap of what happened last week and the things that we learned last week in Icewind Dale. So who wants to give us a little recap here?
I will give a recap.
Okay. Sucinda, tell us what happened. What happened last week?
Well, darling, the most important thing is that I finally got to go shopping. So, we went to the shop. I bought a lot of things. I bought some crampons. I bought 4 things of oil, a pickaxe, but it was too heavy for me. I could not carry. So the big man there's carrying it. The 4 wheat rations, fur lining for my coat. I'm the warmest one here now. I wanted to buy a wonderful rock, but no. I'll tell you more about that. Crossbow bolts, 20 of them. I spent 33 gold, honestly. It was so much money, but it's fine, darling.
You stocked up.
I stocked up. Normal voice for a minute. The shopkeep tells us that the wonderful rock that I was looking at was not for sale. It belonged to a man named William. He is a common man, found it by chance. What a jerk. William's home was broken into, and he believed that the person was looking for the rock. We convinced the shopkeep that the rock is dangerous. And they give it to us for safekeeping for the time being. Really, we're just friendly people. We don't really want the rock for ourselves. The shopkeep tells us if we kill the hag, we will be in his good graces, and he will give us a discount. I asked if this discount, since I just spent 33 gold, is retroactive, and he told me no. So that kind of sucks, but at least I know I can go shopping again and get a discount later. That's what really matters. So we head back to the White Lady Inn. He lets us know, y'all, that he now offers food, is on the Disney dining plan, comes with 2 drinks. I head out because I've just spent 33 gold. My friends, they can muffle their ears for a minute if they want to. I head out because I've just lost all my money and sell 2 of my fake potions and return to the inn. We rest for the night and head out in the morning. We return to the awful frozen caves. Turns out when we were going in there the first time, we were literally taking the worst possible route both times. We explore a bit, we fight the hag. She's like, oh, but darling, I will tell you where the, where riches are. And in my head, I'm like, I know that it's in the middle of the ocean here. And it's frozen down under. I can't go get it. Even if you tell me where it is, that does me no good. I'm not gonna die of hypothermia. So I'm like, y'all, don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. She ain't gonna tell us nothing.
Well, what happened to her then?
So we killed her. And we found out that her cauldron of gross remains, it's a super awesome cauldron, can feed like a lot of people every day. So that's cool. And what else? There was something else that's not in my notes I was gonna say.
We crushed her head.
Yeah, that's like, yeah. We're supposed to bring her head back. So instead we just scooped it up. And I plan on being very dramatic if my friends will let me. And tell the sheriff, you know, it is what it is, dog. I got you her head. You didn't say it had to be in one piece.
As a player, I live for your drama moments.
Yeah. and thus the hag was defeated, and you started to make your way out of the cave. Fantastic recap. Short, sweet, to the point. Covered everything. Just to add in a little bit, the rock you found, it was, I don't know if Wilzu shared this with everybody in game, but I know all of my players heard it. was determined to be a substance called chardolin, which was basically a magically infused rock, or rock that is capable of absorbing magic, that has sort of spread around Icewind Dale. The remnants of a dark tower that was built and created out of this, that was eventually destroyed. So it has sort of spread around. Wilzu sort of knew a little bit about it, but his knowledge of it, at least from the south, it was just mostly known as an early adoption of a magically infused or a rock or something that could be used to store a spell, but became a little less prominent as time went on, and more sturdy jewels were able to be infused with magic. But regardless, fantastic recap. Thank you, Sucinda. You
No
have
problem.
inspiration for the evening. You don't use it.
You'll lose it.
You lose it.
We need that on a shirt.
Tin Whiskey, thank you for stopping by. I think he's already gone. Man's at a restaurant right now, but stopped in to support the stream, so we appreciate you, Whiskey, as always. One of the founding fathers of Cloak and Stagger right there.
Yes.
So, you all have now felled this hag. You have determined that this was the spot where the missing fishermen were taken and slaughtered. And you denied the hag's request, her offer to retrieve a chest full of treasure for you in the exchange for her life, ending it. And now you have made your way out of the caves and back to the shoreline, where your boat is still docked on the shore there. And at this point, I will hand it over to y'all.
So we're at our boat already, but we're still at the shoreline at the cave?
Yes, you're just outside the cave.
All right. Well, I guess let's get back to town, right? And deliver the jelly we're bringing with us as a reward.
Yes, this would be great.
I still have the cauldron.
You are carrying this cauldron, kind of like you're almost hugging it, almost kind of carrying it in front of you.
Seems
Yeah,
like
I'd appreciate it if we could hurry up and get back to town. I mean, this is no weight to me or anything, but this thing is massive, and I'd like to not keep carrying it.
not as massive as you are, right?
Well, kind of try to flex while I'm holding it.
That is what I thought.
I'll hop back in the boat.
Okay.
Yeah,
believe
let's
you
get
all
the
have-
hell out of here.
Control. Yeah. Okay. Good. Just making sure you all had control of your characters. Just as a point of reference, it is about 12 p.m. In the afternoon right now. So it is still dim light outside, but it doesn't seem to be snowing much. The wind is still sort of howling and blowing across the water. It is very frigid. And as most of you, with the exception of you, Sandy, and you, Sucinda, you notice that your clothes a little bit starting to wear a little bit. So probably not the worst idea to address that maybe when you get back to town.
My roll 20 is not working, but I will pretend that it is.
It's not working?
No, it's saying it's critically hitting right now. I will log out and log back in.
Yeah.
worries.
We tried turning it off and on.
So we know it's about a 3-hour trip via boat from here back to Easthaven. Is there anything anybody would like to do during the trip? Anything anybody would like to say or talk about en route?
You said it was a 3-hour tour.
Don't even go there. Don't
Yeah, I
even
want to
go
have a
there.
boat conversation. I got some
Okay.
stuff to say.
Okay.
All right, so and I'll turn everybody again, just very, very handsy, like waving my arms around as I'm saying all this. So we've done the deed. We succeeded this time. Now we need a game plan. So again, the mush. Someone has that, right? Who's carrying the mush?
I believe Sin does.
Sin, you have the mush.
Cauldron. It's in the cauldron.
It's in the cauldron. Just clean. I'll clean it again. Whatever. Okay, so we have that. Next thing, the cauldron. Very important. What are we going to do with it?
We're gonna quit the adventuring life and set up a restaurant. Nothing but gold. Stocks, rockets.
You know, that's actually not the worst idea, accumulating money for a few months, but I kind
Think of all
of...
the snow, the free water. Get practically free water every day.
By then, my brother will probably have ascended to demigoddom, so I'm really...
Yeah, but you'll be richer.
Money won't...
I
don't know
am
where this-
sarcastic. We should not do that.
Okay, good, because I was about to give you about a 5-minute speech on why I disagree, but that was true.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. I'm all ears.
No.
We have, what,
This
3
is
hours
easy.
here in the boat.
We
Really.
have
If you
a-
need to, go
right.
ahead.
We
Go
have 3
ahead.
hours. I'm not going
feelings out.
anywhere.
But it sounds like then we're going to sell the cauldron, right?
Well, we
Well,
may
I
have
sure
to.
can't carry it.
We may have to use it as proof, as well. Because
Oh, good point.
I don't know how much of this, and I'll like look in the cauldron. That is going to classify as a head.
Well, I will of course ask to speak to Gideon and Hutchner, and surely implore them that they can do some DNA testing. That's not my problem if they can't.
So we can use the pot as proof, but we're not giving it to them, right? We're not giving this.
No, giving. What? No, nothing is ever given.
No, we should offer to sell it to the
We can make a
sheriff.
buck.
Yeah, we could sell it to a town for a lot of gold. Everyone
Okay.
has
Oh, do we
food
want to
problems.
sell it here though, or do we want to sell it back where we were initially? That's a good point.
Bigger
These
town,
people
bigger
here are
money.
a bunch of assholes. They stole 10 gold from me, if I'm correct.
The
Right, we
problem
should
with
not-
us going to the bigger town is I'm the one carrying it.
Look how strong you are, though. It's like 2 pounds to you.
Well, yes, it's obviously not a problem, but
I'm just saying.
I am not weak.
Obviously,
one
that's
said
what
you
I
were.
just said. This is you. Oh, it's so heavy. It's
row
only
harder.
like 20%, 20% of what I can carry. Then there's me. I'm at like 98% capacity here.
These statistics are very specific.
What's a coincidence?
I guess after we talk about the hag stuff then with the sheriff, we'll figure out what to do with the pot. I also agree maybe not selling it here. Maybe finding a place more in need where we can take advantage a little bit more. But who knows? We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
We could always
Yes.
get an offer.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's not
Maybe
a bad
they'll
idea.
be like, oh, we can give you 1 million gold. And they'll say, oh, for sure, yes, it's yours, it's yours. Goodbye, goodbye.
Seems like a lot of gold for a town in trouble.
They're a bunch of thieves. Are they really in trouble?
Yeah, but they're having trouble stealing the fish from the water, if I'm not mistaken.
Like a roast.
That's a them problem, not a me problem. See, we can say,
Right.
oh, you have issues with the fish. Now you can just use the cauldron. Thank you. 1 million
think-
gold.
Well, I think Bryn Shander is one of the biggest, if not biggest, cities in the area. Is that right?
That is
Knowledge
correct.
Brain?
Yes. Bryn Shander is the largest, most fortified town. Easthaven is also sort of large, not nearly as fortified. And Targos and Tourmaline are the other two larger settlements around 10 towns. But none of them are... Bryn Shander is considered the Helm's Deep, more or less, of
Yeah.
Icewind Dale in case all hell were to break loose.
Yeah. Well, we can get an offer and then, sell it in Brentshander.
Hey, this just came back to memory, but wasn't there some dwarf lady, Torga something that goes town to town selling like random and rare goods?
Torga Icewind.
Yeah, that's the name.
She went the other way days ago.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe we should have some
where.
sweet stuff to trade.
If I remember right, she left north out of Brentshander, and we were like, nope, and went this way.
Nope.
Well, we had other pressing stuff. Remember the guy who died in the fire? Well,
If we head that way, that's something to consider then. I think.
Dazan
yeah,
died.
Dazan. Who's gonna tell Danica her friend's dead? Not me.
Not it.
Well,
Okay.
Sin, you're the best at this stuff.
And
Sin
then
is a
he was
very
burned
good talker.
at the stake. I got it. No problem. No worries.
May not want to do that if we're like at a town hall or something.
Oh, no, say, oh, poor Danny. I'm so sorry. It just so happened when we walked in, he was already burning. I'm so sorry.
Wonder how much
Oh, the
gold
cute little
Danica
invisible
has.
creatures you have.
So
we'll
as
turn-
you're, go ahead.
So you want to? We'll say, hey, here's the hag remains. We'll get an offer, and then we'll go to Brentshander and sell it. Is that your plan, Wilzu?
Well, maybe not the last part, but last part pending. Let's see what happens with the sheriff first, and then we'll decide from there.
Fair enough. And scene.
Curtains.
Yeah.
So about 3 hours pass, and I need everybody, if you could, go ahead and roll a frost check. Sucinda, I already added your additional bonus to your frost check.
Did you add it? Because I added it last time also.
I've added it. I don't think it's stuck.
Oh,
'Cause,
no. It's there. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I don't know why I did it twice.
It's fine. The first one will suffice. And
Can
okay,
you roll 20s up?
so
I noticed that was my problem last week.
Negative.
just one.
Just one.
Yeah, roll 20 is just kind of a jerk sometimes. Lots of people using it, maybe. I don't know. Either way, you all are able to kind of huddle up and kind of steel yourselves against the icy, cold wind that's just blowing over the top of this lake. And 3 hours pass, and over the horizon you see what you see on the screen here, the docks of I say that. You row for a while until you hit the ice itself. You hop up out of the boat. I'm assuming you're dragging the boat with you, behind you the same way as before. So, who's dragging the boat since Sandy's sort of carrying this big giant cauldron?
Could I leave the cauldron on the boat and drag the boat with the cauldron?
Absolutely, you could.
Boom.
idea.
So me,
Okay.
still doing all of the heavy lifting.
Leave it
Or
to
I want to
not
make
Sandy.
heavy
sure all
lifting.
of my valuables are properly stowed where I can't be pickpocketed. Now I'm back in this shit town.
Okay. And you find yourself looking at the familiar former shoreline, now ice line, I guess you could say, of Easthaven as you arrive at the docks. Once you are here in town, where are we headed? It's about 3 p.m. right now, and the sky is darkening a bit, and you begin to see just the faintest outline of that green and blue and purple aurora in the sky.
We want to go see I think the sheriff, which is at Town Hall, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Or
Yes.
Town Center.
Yeah, town hall.
Yes. And we should also get the guy at the end to offer us too.
So, headed straight to town hall. It takes about another 15 minutes walking through town to get there. Here. You approach the double doors and open them up, and inside you see the familiar sight of a kind of well-armored guard on either side of you. There's a staircase that leads up and splits off into two directions, and there are doors at the top of each of those staircases. Whoops. Let me go back to it here. It's clicked. There's a door here at the top of this. There's a door here. And then, of course, you see the door on the floor you're on down right here at the southeast. The two guards turn their heads to you and say, "Ah, well, you're back. You're all back." And he kind of looks at you, Sandy. Do you have the cauldron in your arms?
Yeah. Just
Says, see you found yourself a, some sort of pot or something?
Sandy,
It's,
put it on your head.
A big chamber pot for a big man, huh?
ha. Big words. You wanna wrestle?
Oh shit.
He says, and risk the wrath of the speaker? No, I'm not leaving my post.
That's not the only wrath to worry about.
Good. I killed a hag for this. Single-handedly.
A hag?
Yeah. Her head's in here if you want to kind of look, and I'll kind of like bend it to see if you can try to see like the...
Don't throw up
Whatever.
in the pot, though.
He sort of takes a step forward, and he sort of looks in there and just sees kind of this mush and this mashed face with the occasional facial feature on it. And he says, "Gods, all right. Well, what in the hells are you doing here with it?"
Where's the sheriff? We're here for the sheriff.
All right. Let me get the. We don't have a sheriff. We have a captain, but
You know what I mean.
I assume
Captain
you mean
Arlagath.
Captain Arlagath. I'll
Yeah,
go
my
grab
bad,
him.
my bad.
Please, please wait here. Gee, and
I
you hear him
say in a
say,
whisper.
"Jesus Christ!" As he
say, like-
walks to the door.
I kind of lean over and just kind of tilt it at this one as well, just to like make him look.
He just doesn't even. He just turns his head away. I believe you.
I whisper, remember, he was going to give us either a strange gray bag or a spell. Scroll. Spell scroll.
Ah, yes. Perfect.
Those were what we were offered.
I want them both.
Yes, we all do.
I want the bag. You guys can have the scroll. I want the bag.
Well, you too could use the scroll, probably.
Oh, maybe. But think of all the things I could carry.
Could carry a scroll.
I don't want a scroll. Unless
Okay.
it's fireball, then I want that.
We
After
don't know.
a few moments, the guard walks back out and says, "All right, well, the captain, he will see you now. He's right in here," and motions to the door to the right and says, "He's right here in the administrative office. You can go see him."
Perfect. Thank you.
As you make your way to the door, you see that it's unlocked and pushes open and opens up into another room. And inside of it, you see the half-elven Imdra Arlagath standing there. He looks to another guard that's standing next to kind of a not a bookcase, but like a cabinet almost. And he motions for him to leave, and he walks out through a door in the back of the room. And he says, "Well, you've come back in one piece, so I assume the deal is done, yes?"
I'll drop the cauldron kind of in front of him.
It just makes a kung gung gung gung. He looks down at it. He even actually kneels down and sort of puts his hand to it and looks on either side. As he stands up, he looks inside and sees the mush and says, "The hell's is that?"
Well, you asked for a head. We gave you the head.
He looks over to you. That's not a head.
Oh, but it is. You never said it had to be fully formed, You merely asked for a head. So what if my friends just so happen to smush the head? It's still there. It is present. We have fulfilled our contract.
So looking around the room, you see that this room has a couple of rows of desks and filing cabinets. There's a few sort of overstuffed chairs in the corner, which a couple of you are sitting in now. And he sort of eyes the cauldron and walks off to the side. And he looks back and says, I suppose you have, but why the cauldron? Was this in the hag's lair or something you just dredged up from the bottom of the lake?
I look around, see is anyone going to speak, and then if not,
I look at Sacinda and just pleasantly smile. With
well, as it so happens, it was in the hag's lair. And you know, we looked around. We said, "Oh, I guess it is ours now. This is my cave. I own the deed, so I therefore own the cauldron as well." So yes, just so happens that we did get a cauldron. Very nice cauldron, if I do say so myself.
And why have you brought it here?
Because we wish to keep it. No offense. No offense. No offense. I don't trust to leave it outside and someone not to, oh, cauldron, it's mine now. Ha ha ha. Thievery is legal.
I'll interject and just hold up one finger and go, it was the best way to carry back the head juice.
Right. And might I correct you, ma'am? Burglary and thievery is not legal.
Even if it's left outside for fair game.
Pickpocketing is legal.
Oh, pickpocketing. Oh, it's a good thing it can't fit in my pocket then. Oh, I did not know that part. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. That makes me feel better.
Yes. Well, I admit it's a strange rule, but it seems that our leaders seem intent on keeping the legacy of our ancestors in place.
Hey, I like. Much better than I was thinking. I thought that you could just take anything. But no, just pickpocket. Okay. I need not fear. Thank you.
He says, so you're here to collect on your reward, I assume then, yes?
Reward, of course. Yes.
Right, so which is it?
Both,
Offered you
right?
the
You said
scroll or the bag?
Could you describe each item to me?
I have
What
a
type of
scroll that
What type of scroll?
that we confiscated off of the murderer Dazan. And we have as well a bag that we confiscated from the murderer as well.
Could we perhaps have our magic associate here, I point to Wilzu, look at the scroll and identify it?
You're able to do such magics?
Yes, actually. Quite good at them.
Right. Well, all right. Make yourselves at home. Have a seat. I will be back. He opens the door and walks through and disappears.
So while he's gone, I'm gonna kind of like look back. So are we gonna tell him this thing's like magical and see if he wants to kind of give us some cha-ching for it, or are we just gonna keep that on the DL?
Maybe we'll wait and see what the scroll says.
We could. I mean, I don't see any harm in just let him know about it. You know, he is the town's captain. Surely he has access to their coffers for any emergency needs and whatnot, right?
Well, this could lead to the other. You know, you identify the spell scroll, and then you could say, well, we also identified this.
I'm not following, but I can do that.
1-2. Like, I do this, and I did this. Like,
Perhaps you should also ask to see the bag. I'm very curious about the bag. Is it magical? Please find
you
out.
could identify the
Please.
bag, too.
Please, Vilzu. Please, Vilzu. I need to know about the bag.
I mean, yeah, sure. I can do all this. I can do
Okay.
this and much more.
Thank you, Vozu. A true friend. I need to know. It's a must-have item for me.
A few moments pass, and the captain comes back in. In one hand, he has a piece of rolled up parchment, and in the other, he has a gray sack in his hand. And he walks up to you, Wilzu, and hands you the piece of parchment first, and says, "If you would like to inspect it, you may."
Absolutely. And I'll hold my hand up.
He hands it right over to you.
I will unfurl said scroll and take a gander.
So looking at it, make an Arcana check for me.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Looking at this, you're not able to make out all of the writings as it looks a bit more complex a spell than what you would be able to muster right now. But one thing that you are able to decipher from this is that it is some sort of potent fire spell.
I look at it and I have my brow furrowed and I'm kind of like looking real serious, just nodding at it and making like, okay, all right, like those types of gestures at it. I'll then furl it back up and hold it to him. I believe I understand what this is. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right, and he holds out this gray sack to you. He says, "This little more puzzling," and hands it over to you.
I'll take the gray sack from him. Immediately when I grab it, does it feel like there's any weight to it?
It weighs about a half a pound.
Okay. I start to open it, but I look at him first before I open it and kind of raise my eyebrows up.
It's a kind of medium-sized gray sack. It has kind of a drawstring around it that you could loosen to open the top of it. It's not much bigger than kind of a decent-sized coin purse. But looking in the bag, if you're opening, I'm assuming you're opening it.
I was opening it with hey, you cool with this? As I start to open it, look at
he just continues to look at you.
Okay, yeah, open it right up.
Looking inside, you see a small fuzzy object, almost like a little ball, inside of the bag.
I'll reach in and I'll just grab the. Oh, actually, I'll poke the small fuzzy ball first, just see if it twitches or anything.
You reach in and you kind of poke it a little bit, and it just sort of moves around in the bag, but it doesn't seem to be like alive or anything. But you definitely sense some sort of magic coming off of this bag and the ball inside.
I'll take that little ball out and just hold it in the palm of my hand where everyone can see it.
Mm-hmm. So
just
holding.
Kinda...
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. I was gonna say just looking at it, kind of confused, holding it out.
Cool. So holding it out, and in the palm of your hand, it's about the size of a golf ball, but it's covered in fur.
Everyone, give me 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and I'll have answers for everybody. Sound good?
Sure.
20 minutes. The captain sort of looks down at you.
20 minutes, or yeah, that's about how long it'll take. Magic takes time. Come now.
He sort of. Well then, we have 20 minutes to spare. Would any of you like to explain to me why you've brought a hag's cauldron back into the town hall of Easthaven? Outside of carrying the mush of the face of the former head of the hag.
Well, Wilzu, could you, You got a quick second to clean this up before you start that?
Oh yeah, I haven't actually started yet. I was just getting ready, and I'll put the hairy thing back in the sack, and hop off my chair and walk over to the cauldron. Where is the cauldron right now, specifically?
Basically, here, I'll move him back. It's basically in, like, right here in this space in between.
First things first. No one wants this, right? And I'm pointing down inside the pot at the mush.
The captain just sort of winces.
Okay, good. Because first thing I'm going to do is clean it, and I'll just touch the pot and cast Prestidigitation, and clean the inside of the pot, so it doesn't have grimy, gross brains in it. After I do that, remembering how I did before, I'll hold my hand on the pot and do whatever I did to activate it, so it'll start filling up with the nice, awesome, fresh soup.
What are you doing specifically?
I have my hand just grasped onto the side of it.
Okay. So just grasping your hand on the side of it and kind of concentrating on it, nothing seems to form inside the cauldron. And the captain just sort of looks at you and tilts his head.
Captain, do you happen to have some water we could borrow?
I suppose, yes. And he detaches a water skin from the side of his kind of belt and hands it to you.
Okay. Wilzu, if I remember correctly, and I'll like pour the water into the cauldron, and I guess I'll take like one of my hand axes out, and I'll start to just stir it.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. It needs a base. Good call.
There we go. Magic.
So as you're pouring the water out, it's a decent sized, water skin. It doesn't even come close to even really filling it up at all. Like it fills the base of it a little bit, maybe like an inch. But as you stir it, you start to feel heat kind of rise up from the bottom, and then this sort of intoxicating smell rises out of it, and it just smells delicious, like just some like beef stew or just some delicious smelling stew that's seemingly forming out of this water. And the captain's eyes just sort of go wide as he's looking at it. And he looks back to you, Sandy, and says, what is... And he glances over at you, Wilzu, to see if you're doing anything with your hands or in like sort of casting anything. And then back to you, Sandy.
Yeah, some stew. Just a little bit of water, some stirring, and it makes a whole pot full of stew.
This, for the right price, is an investment in your town's hunger issue.
What? You're telling me all we need to do is pour water into this, and
Don't forget to stir.
Well, you got to stir it.
And it turns to actual stew into food?
Yep.
And he goes over and he looks down inside the cauldron. This is...
It's hot, too.
This is a blessing. This is a...
First one's free.
And he pulls out a, off of his belt, kind of this spoon, kind of out of his pouch. And he reaches down in and... By the gods! And he looks back to you, Wilzu. And you're not doing this!
Nope. I'm not doing this, but you can do this about 3 times a day. I think about 130 gallons of stew. Yeah, about 130 gallons. Mm-hmm.
This could feed almost the entire town. Well, what are you willing to part with it?
Maybe.
for a decent trade or a fair amount of money, yes.
I must consult the speaker. I will. I'm going to go talk to him now. He is here. Please, wait here and hold on to the bag. You can do whatever you need to do with the bag.
Sure.
I will be back. And he literally like rushes out of the door.
So what do we think? 500? 1,000?
I have started to
10,000?
identify twice on the bag and the hairy bowl.
Okay.
I don't know what price you guys would like for this.
I mean, high price, some incentives maybe.
I think though, in
Titles?
case if
Benefits package.
Titles?
in
I
case
love
they're not
titles.
prepared to pay us and they want to steal it, I think we should all be prepared to murder them all. I'm just saying, I am. So,
Thief Meister
no,
of Easthaven.
no one has anything to say about what I said. Okay.
What
I
about the
will alone
brawn?
murder everybody.
What
No
about the
worries.
brawn of Easthaven? And I look at Sandy.
Kind of.
Still
Title
nothing. I
would
really
fit.
will kill everybody myself. Okay. I can do it. I believe in myself.
Wilzu the Magnificent of Easthaven?
I don't
And
even bat an eye. I'm focusing on identifying.
Yeah, you look at Wilzu and he just has his eyes closed, just in a trance.
I'm
Sen,
just
what
talking
title
to
do you
myself
want?
over here.
What
Did
title
not
would you
hear
like?
me? What if
What?
they try and steal it from us? Are you prepared to murder everybody? I guess apparently only I am. I am the only murderer here.
Well, so
Fine.
so if they try and take it from us, we're already at odds with the town, so sure. It's not like if we try and kill them back, we're already in a tougher situation.
Sure.
They're already coming for us.
Right.
Any time for competition in killing, I will take up on it.
What's our price, you guys? What do you think?
500, 1,000? I don't know. Let's hear the offer.
All right.
We can always tell them we're going to take it to a bigger town.
I mean, that is the plan, somewhat. See what the Brent Shanders have to offer.
So about another 10 minutes go by, and nobody has come back to the room yet. But Wilzu, you have finished your ritual, and your eyes shoot open, and you. Let me read your spell here. Properties and how to use it. Okay. So you see that this bag is in fact a magical item. You do not have to attune to it, and that it can be used 3 times each day. You discover that these fuzzy balls can be pulled out of the bag and thrown on the ground, and they will transform into some sort of creature that will be under the control of whoever has possession of the bag. You don't know exactly the creatures that it would turn into, but you know that you would be able to have some sort of control over it.
I'll just hold one of the fuzzy balls in my hand for a second. Kind of just look at everybody to see what they're doing. What's everybody doing right now?
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I'm staring at you.
All right, if everyone's looking at me, and I'll look back at the ball again, and then look at the floor next to Sandy and just throw it on the floor near Sandy.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
I need you to roll a d8.
All right.
Oh.
I just do that in roll 20.
Oh
Okay.
no.
A wild Dobie has
A
appeared.
dog appeared.
Uno momento.
Oh God.
Okay.
There we go.
This is gonna hurt our price.
As you throw this ball down, you see it start to shake, and you start to see it expand very violently
Pokemon.
in different directions as it gets bigger, and you see a paw sort of form out of one of it, and claws come out of it and kind of go onto the floor. Another paw comes out. It elongates, and a tail comes out of it, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where it starts pushing the cauldron and you, Sandy, sort of away as it forms into a large dire wolf that is just snarling and drooling on the floor, and then just looks back at you, Wilzu, and sits.
Vuzu, can I have it? I want it.
I look at it and just start laughing. As I
How
hop
long
up.
is it good for? Can we keep it forever?
Well, I'll
Sam,
be
you want
damned.
everything.
Well, I am a woman, so yes.
Do not
It's kind
do not identify yourself as that. Assert yourself as a woman.
I will pet the dire wolf.
That is fascinating.
And as I pet it, I'll just, while looking at him, I'll say, so this bag can, it just makes creatures that are friendly to us for a while. This could be really well in combat. I mean, look at the size of this guy.
Is it the same thing every time?
I don't think so. I think it's kind of random.
How long does it last?
Yeah.
You know that these last until they are killed or until the next dawn.
Oh,
Or until you throw another ball.
I see.
About a whole day. Or until they die. Or if I use
So-
another ball.
Essentially, if you grow attached to it, you get your heart broken every single day. I understand.
Well, who knows? If it's not that random, you may get your creature back.
I'll command the dire wolf to lay down at my feet
It
and
does
look
so.
peaceful.
And it just lays down and kind of crosses its front paws and lays its head down across it and just sort of looks up at you.
How are we going to explain this?
Well, it's simple. Once he comes in and he's all, oh my god, I'll just go, I solved your bag, and point to this.
Well, we've already blown their mind with the cauldron.
A moment later, the captain walks in and goes, "Oh my god!"
I've solved your bag, bro.
He starts to draw his blade, and you hear your direwolf start to growl.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
And
whoa,
look
no,
up.
no, no, no,
Don't
no.
harm our pet. No,
It's not-
don't
it's not-
do it.
It's not dangerous. It's mine. Or
How did
rather,
this get in here?
Your bag. This is what it does. It makes things like this that are friendly.
You're telling me
Or-
that came out of that bag?
Yes.
He slowly sort of sheathes his weapon. Well, you bring a cauldron that makes food, and I suppose that's not the strangest thing I've seen.
Now you have a guardian for the food.
He sort
This
of
is a very
scratches
magical
his head.
room right now.
Hmm. We're setting off all kinds of magic alarms.
Right. Well, the speaker will see you. But we will go up to the second floor. I must ask that you leave your new pet in the front lobby.
Yeah, sure. So Cinda, what should I call it?
Is it a boy or a girl? That's most.
I don't
Pressing.
want to look.
Is anybody good at anatomy of animals?
I mean,
Because I'm not.
can you get it to stand? Pretty
Taking
easy
too long.
To see what it is.
I'm calling it Fang. Fang.
Hmm.
Go to the main lobby. Do not attack anybody until I get back and
I could
tell
have
you otherwise.
seen.
Maybe.
It's not that difficult.
Hmm.
Does it have?
You see it stand up, and you hear it kind of give out like just a little whimper a little bit, and it walks out, and then
Aw.
walks through the door, and you hear out in the front, "Oh my God!" And then you
Do
just
not.
see the Aramil
I
and
run out
Sandy. You
real
can
quick.
see the guard that was
Yeah,
right out there
Joe-
outside just sort of freeze.
I put my
as-
hands up. Do not harm Fang. Do you hear me? Do not harm him. Her.
Oh,
It.
this is. Oh, I can't wait to use this everywhere.
Are they listening to me?
It seems like both of the guards just have their eyes trained on Fang as he goes and just walks in a circle a couple times, and then a couple more times, and then he goes the other direction and walks in a circle a couple more times before he lays down on the ground.
Okay, darling Fang. We love you. We'll see you in a bit. Okay. Okay. Auntie Sin loves you. Okay. Goodbye.
Right. I will make sure. One moment. He says. So the captain sort of walks by one of the desks and says, "No one is to harm the dire wolf."
I think the dire wolf might have had a little accident right here next to me. Called Lady though. Give me just one moment. I will be right back.
Okay. So, the captain looks to all of you and says, the speaker is upstairs now, if you will follow me. And he walks around and goes out into the main lobby. And as he kind of walks by Fang, he just sort of looks down at it. And you see him take kind of a close, measured look of it for a moment before looking back to the forward and heading up the stairs and taking a left and then up the other stairs to another door. And let me get everybody moved over here. Oh, fuck, I got hiccups. I hate this. I hate the hiccups.
Womp.
Where is everybody? There they are. Let me pull everybody out here. One moment, everyone. That was Fang. Normally I have this ready. I was not prepared. Who's leading the way up behind the captain?
I think Arma was.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Sin is with the dog, so I will lead.
So yeah, Sin is kind of behind the a little bit behind with the the dog, just kind of giving it a couple little pats on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Who Brain, what's up, man? And we'll go ahead and switch everybody over here. Wolzu, I imagine you're kind of following behind Aramel. Correct?
Yeah. I'm behind.
Okay. Let's switch us over here. So the captain leads you into this hallway. There's a door to the left that he walks past, and then a door to the right, which he walks into. And let me go ahead and open that door here. And when you walk into this room, we'll back up here. You see actually quite a few things. You see these rows of kind of wooden benches that face this large cloth-covered table, behind which you see a man sitting in a kind of a comfy stuffed chair. And next to this table is another smaller table with a bunch of writing utensils and parchment. Looks almost like a courtroom. that you've stepped into. And the man sitting behind the bigger desk here looks like this. And he says, so, you're the ones who have slain the hag and solved our fisherman mystery, yes?
Aye.
Yes, we are wasps, as they say.
Was. If you'll excuse me, I do not know what was is, and I would prefer we go by our given names. And he looks over to you, Wilzu. Wilzu. And he sort of starts scanning around the room and just looking at each of you.
Aramil.
Sucinda.
Sandy Ravage.
Oh, oh.
And and as each of you sort of list off your names, you see the woman down to the south sort of jotting things down on the table in front of her. And he says,
Was, you get it now?
the captain's... Sure, yes. Clever.
Aye.
The captain has told me that you have killed this hag and brought back an artifact. A cauldron that can create food from water. Is this correct?
That is correct.
Does.
So, if you would be so kind as to indulge me, well, where are my manners? I am Speaker Whalen. My apologies. I am the speaker for the town of Easthaven, and I am responsible for the well-being of all that live here. They are under my watch and under my protection. So, you must understand that when something like this shows up, I must do my due diligence and investigate and question. If it is indeed what you say it is, and it does what you say it does, then I could be prepared to pay you handsomely for it, as it could very well take care of our town for the foreseeable future, as most of our fishing has dried up, and our food supply dwindles. So, if you will allow me to test this cauldron myself.
I mean, yeah, if you want to, but just know, 2 more times today, and then that's it.
No mas.
So, it can be used thrice per day.
Correct. And you can do up to, what was it, 120 gallons in a single use. So try not to waste, like we did earlier.
I messaged Wilzu. It's 360 mils a day. 130 each.
Oh, yeah, that's about 360 meals a day if used properly. Hmm?
He says, that is quite incredible. So, also, just to... Let me ask you this. Are we trying to deceive, or... Because the cauldron can hold up to 30 gallons and can be used 3 times per day. So that would be 90 gallons per day.
Yeah, 30 gallons, 130 people, 3 times a day, 360 meals. That's what I had written down.
Oh, I thought
I
it
was
was
trying to be honest.
130 gallons. Yeah, Wilzu was under the assumption that it was 130 gallons we used to identify. So no, he's straight up saying wrong stuff. But it's not intentional.
Okay.
So
Would you like me to correct him?
Trying to be honest.
Good speaker Whalen, may I clarify? My friend Wilzu, he is great with the magic, but not so much with the math. I think what he meant to speak was it is 30 gallons, thrice a day, for a total of how many was it, Aramil? You're good with the numbers. Quick.
360 meals a day.
360 meals a day. There we go. Don't
Over the
want to
total
lie.
uses.
Yeah, that sounds
Over
right.
Total uses. Yes. Now that we have clarified, you have some water, preferably a lot.
Indeed. Or let me ask you, Sandy, do you have it with you? Did you bring it up with you?
The cauldron? No,
Yeah.
I left it since it was full. I didn't know we were.
Well, it
carrying
wasn't
up.
full. It's only as full as much water as you put in it.
Okay. Well, I didn't carry it with me, but I can run down and grab it.
So the speaker looks around and says, "So, where is this cauldron?" And Arlagath looks around and says, I'm sorry, sir. I assumed they had." He leans forward to you, Sandy. "Where's the cauldron?"
I left it in the room. No one really specifically told me to bring it.
And he sort of pushes you out and says,
Go.
All right, I'll be
You're
right back.
embarrassing me.
Oh,
It's our
all right,
first
all right,
day.
all right.
I should probably get out of your way, shouldn't I? Silly me. My bad.
I'll run down, and when I grab it and on my way back up, I'll like dump out what's in it in front of the direwolf. There you go.
Aw.
And
yeah,
I,
and
like-
it starts lapping it up.
And I'll like run back up the stairs. You hear me bouncing off the walls with the cauldron since it's probably a little
Yeah.
bit.
Gung, gung,
Like-
gung.
Oh, sorry, speaker. And I'll kind of just plop it right in front of him.
And
There.
his eyes sort of go wide, and he stands up out of his chair and walks around the side and looks at it. And he looks over to the woman behind him and holds out his hand, and she reaches underneath her table and pulls out a big jug of water and sets it on the table. And he
Sorry, excuse me. What's her name? Didn't quite catch your name, man.
his eyes dart over to you and says, "That's Prudence."
Oh. Like the Beatles. Perfect. Thank you.
Miss Tarkwold handles all of the administrative business here in the town hall. And he
Admin
takes the
assistant.
water and dumps it into the cauldron, sets the big jug back on the table behind, and then he just proceeds to stand there and look at the water.
Oh, speaker, you need to stir it.
Ah, yes, of course, yes, I knew that. Prudence, did you bring the stirrer? And she kind of looks up with these wide eyes and was like, you didn't say that. I asked you to bring the stirrer, specifically. And she sort of looks around, and she reaches around and just finds a piece of an old broken, like, chair and hands it to
I have
him. Basically a
knife.
leg to a chair and hands it to him. What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a knife and I hold it blade down like. Do you
He
want
says, "No, I have the stirrer right here. It's fine." And he goes down and starts stirring, and it's about probably a third of the way full. And the same phenomenon happens as the water slowly starts to steam and fill the room with this delicious aroma. And his eyes, he just drops the stirrer inside the cauldron. And he reaches in with his hand and kind of takes a sip. And you see it's kind of hot on his tongue. And he just takes a moment and says, "By the gods, you are not lying." And he looks over to Arlagath, which, if anybody looks over at Arlagath, he was just dagger eyes through Wilzu, making sure that he was not casting anything, and they're not trying to get one over. So you see Arlagath look back over to the speaker and just nod, and says, Waylon says, This is a miracle. This is a miracle. I can't believe this was right under our noses for so long. And you are willing to part with this?
Well, for the right trade or the right price, yeah, sure. Cane or cards around seems not too ideal.
Or titles.
Well, we don't do too much in the way of titles. But, I suppose that, yes, as the adventuring group that you are entitled to compensation for this. I'm not one to try and force it from your hand. And he, turns around to Prudence, and you see him sort of lean over his sort of long, draping, kind of fur-lined cape behind him. Sort of conceals a lot of his features. And you hear him sort of whispering something to Prudence. And you hear him say, right, okay, yes. I believe this will work. And he turns around to you, Welzu, and walks over, and he doesn't kneel down or anything. He stands perfectly upright and just looks you in the eye and says, I'm willing to offer you 400 gold for this cauldron.
400 gold. 400 gold.
I don't feel like that's a very good deal. You could practically make that in one day. Get your stew, 1 gold per serving. Get your stew, 1 gold per serving. Each day, 360 servings equals 360 gold. One day.
I think you overestimate how much money people in this town have.
Have you gone to the White Lady Inn? He charged me, what, 2 gold per Disney dining plan?
I don't know what a Disney dining plan is, but it is certainly not what most people scrape by with here. An inn is a place where people from out of town can come and find refuge. And yes, those people need to make a profit. I need to provide my people with food and shelter. It would be maybe a couple of silver for food.
Does your guard unit here, do you guys have any, maybe, I don't know, if something crazy goes down, you have some scrolls to maybe back you up or something that you're willing to part with? Something like that? Maybe some more magical stuff?
Not that I'm aware of. Most of the magical items were either confiscated from that wizard that we burned, or have already been offered to you.
Or like a bag that you can hold a lot of things. I do like to shop.
He looks down for a second, and then looks over at Prudence again, then over at Arlagath, and says, 500 gold.
Talked him up. Good.
500 gold, huh? I'm gonna just look at Aramil for a moment.
Sorry.
Just kind of do this.
I'll like rub my chin and say, well, I don't, it's one of these things, like we don't know what it's worth. I mean,
he says, the speaker speaks up and says, it's worth whatever is being offered for it. And I'm offering you 500 gold right now. That is more money than most people that I've ever met will ever see in their lifetime. And that is coming out of my own personal pocket, my own debts.
I'll send a message to Wellesley. Well, I mean, you could threaten to say we're gonna take it to Bryn Shander.
No, I'll respond via message format. Honestly, I'd be okay with this deal. I don't want to think we should carry a pot around everywhere. It's, something could end up happening. We should take a vote, probably. You want to ask everyone for a vote?
I say out loud, well, I think that's a fair price. What does everyone else think?
You know what? I could do with that. But we are a democratic West speaker, so the
I
other
have
two
a
members.
counter proposal. I would like the 500 gold, as well as, since we killed the hag, we get to pick one of the things. But I would also like the second item too. I want them both.
Done.
Oh, what do you guys think? Do you agree to his terms? I think that's pretty good then. We get
It
both
sounds
things.
like you already made a deal.
And free lodging at the White Lady Inn.
Oh,
No,
that's
we
a
can
good one. With
pay-
the Disney
no,
dining
no.
plan. With the Disney dining
We
plan.
do not need the free lodging. That's
I don't think we'll be
First
here
of
very
all,
much
I do
longer.
not have control over what Bartabin
Right.
charges
See?
for his rooms. And second of all, it sounds as though we have a deal.
And you buy me a glass
No.
of ale.
Did you not hear we were democracy?
deal.
I was just seeing if you would agree to my terms,
So-
and then my team has to agree with me.
I
I
like
think it's a
the
good deal, though.
500 gold and the 2 items are more than.
I am also in favor of that. So that's 3 to 1 without the glass of ale, which I'll get for you. I'll get you some ale.
As long as
Son,
I get a
you will-
glass of ale.
Son, you will have money. You can pay for your own ale now.
Yeah, we'll each have what, 125?
How much is ale in this town?
It's a couple of silver.
I want 500 gold and a couple silver.
You could buy more than your body weight in gold. In beer. In beer.
Speaker
Fine.
Wayland, we have a deal.
Right. You do not know how important this is to our town. We will finally be able to supplement our lack of food, our lack of knucklehead trout with stew. I will make sure that it remains in good hands. He says, it will take me a little time to gather my debts and gather my money to pay you. I ask that we keep the cauldron here safe, under guard, and you are welcome to stay as well if you'd like, until I can get my funds together to pay you.
How long should we stay in town?
It will take a day for me to get the money together.
And we'll meet back here?
We will meet here, yes.
I'm good with that.
Any upfront gold you can give us so we can go.
That's what I was about to ask.
How about
No.
just the bag and the scroll? Save the gold for tomorrow. Feeling very generous.
You may take the items with you tonight. But I do not have the gold to give you now. I must collect it.
Mhm.
I will keep the cauldron here under the guard of my elite warriors here in the town hall.
That seems
Okay.
fair.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's about 4 p.m. He says, I should have your gold ready by... He sort of looks down and ponders for a moment and says, let's say 8, 9 p.m. tomorrow.
9 p.m. 9 p.m.
Perfect.
Airmill, was there anything else we had to take care of, or was this was pretty much it for now, wasn't it?
At least here, this is the only opportunity that's presented to us here in Easthaven.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Tomorrow evening sounds good. Hmm.
Very
Speaker?
good.
You are a man of your word. I just met you. I just want to be sure we're leaving you with this awfully nice cauldron. I can trust you, yes?
And then the captain sort of steps up and says, do not question the speaker. He is a good man. And the
That's what I'm just
speaker,
wanting him to agree and say yes. I'm just
Speaker
being
Wayland
a
just
cautious
holds
seller.
up his hand to the captain and says, no need to, Captain, stand down. I would not.
I'm only being responsible here. Consent,
would not-
you know?
I would not be where I am today were I not a man of my word.
Thank you, Speaker. This brings me much comfort.
Well, until tomorrow then.
Okie dokie. Last.
I just want to say this, I closely observe Speaker Wayland's appearance,
Mhm.
just in case I ever want to impersonate him.
Okay. He says, as you're turning to leave, he says, additionally, the town hall is yours to utilize. We do not have any beds or anything like that, but there are a couple of empty storage rooms upstairs if you'd like to stay there as opposed to the White Lady. That is your choice. I don't have food here outside of what's in the cauldron. But you may have your run of the place, so be it, as you do not destroy it.
Speaker, may I ask the most silly question of you? This is purely optional now. Purely optional now. May we name the stew? Can we name it? The stew that it makes. We can give you ideas and you can see if you would even like it. Maybe you don't like the idea, but I'm pretty good at naming food.
I think I know what you're going to name it.
I suppose. I'm willing to listen.
Give us till tomorrow, 8 p.m. We can think of ideas. Oh, this is great. This is great.
9 p.m.
Thank you.
9 p.m.
Thank you.
9.
9 p.m. Yes, that is my time to come up with a great name for the special. My eyes change a little with, I'm just like.
And he goes back and sits back down in his chair. And the captain says, well, that's enough excitement for the day. As you heard, speaker says
Goodison Stew. Oh, it's great. Great name.
You may have your, you may mill about the town hall at your leisure, or do what you wish. We will be here tomorrow at around 8 or 9.
What about chock full of sense, stew?
Oh, chock full of sins. I like it. It's like our diced up and it's serving me. Yes, chock full of sins. Oh, I like. Good name. We continue to think. That may be a winner already. Oh, and it's good too because they pickpocket. It's a sin. Yes. Chock full of sins. Oh, it's great.
Okay, Sucinda, let's go. Time to go. We'll see you later.
Okay, we will think of names. Yes. And I hurry out excitedly.
I try and catch Arlagat's eye, like make a sign to him and like do this to the hallway.
Are you attempting to communicate in thieves' cant?
Yeah, just to like hey and then like hallway.
He sort of tilts his head and then just sort of follows you out.
Sin.
I was just going to ask, since we're in our do-goody phase, is there any other issues that we could take care of?
I mean, outside of the random break-ins throughout the town that we've had with absolutely no leads and no information to give you whatsoever, not particularly.
Gotcha. No work, if you will.
Not at the moment.
Well, thank you.
You have done more than your fair share.
To the head out.
Okay. And with that, we're gonna take a about a 15-minute break, everybody, while we get some refills and use the restroom, all that good stuff. If you're just joining us, we are continuing our Icewind Dale campaign. So hang in there, and like I said, just give us like 15 minutes, and we will be back and pick up right where we left off. So, yeah, be right back. All right, we are back. Thank you for being patient with us. Welcome back to Cloak and Stagger Live. I'm Moose. I'm joined, as always, continuing on with my fearless adventures here below me. We just completed a hag kill quest in which the group recovered a magical cauldron that creates a shitload of food just by dumping water into it. And they have agreed to basically sell that to the town speaker for a boatload of gold. And now have begun to depart. Well, let me rewind here. The speaker and the captain said they had the full run of the town hall if they wanted, and that it would take about a day or so to get the money together to pay them, at which point they would just meet back at town hall, get their money, and it'd be good. But they are guarding the cauldron at town hall for the time being, so that the group does not have to carry it around. So, bring it back here. What would you all like to do as you find yourself on the staircase? You see your direwolf laying down still.
As we're walking down, I'll just whoa. Well, that's weird. Everything went dark when I went down. I'll look at the direwolf and I'll just kind of snap twice and say, "Fang, with me."
My friends have left me. I'm stuck. I don't know where I am. I'm lost.
Is it
Where
really
did
dark
everybody go?
for everybody?
No, I'm
Yes.
lost. Where
When I
am
went
I?
downstairs, it went dark. Yeah.
Wait.
You forgot me.
What the?
Where am I?
What is Roll20 doing? Hold on.
Forgetting about Sucinda.
Were we still on the upstairs map?
There we go.
Where's
How
there
about
we go.
now? No, you
Oh,
were
that's
on
good.
the downstairs map. That was weird.
Oh,
I can see
so you
now.
guys
Oh,
were
now I
hiding
can.
from me.
I went
So
dark.
silly of me.
What the heck is
As
going
soon as I
on?
moved.
We can just pretend we're outside. And then 1, 2, boom, we're
Well, let me ask
outside.
you this: are we wanting to stick at town hall, or are we wanting to leave?
We're leaving.
Okay.
We're going to the
Please leave
White
the hall.
Lady.
So you're headed back to the inn.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, in that case, we'll just go ahead and kind of fast forward. I'll say it takes about 15 minutes or so. So it's about 4:15 in the afternoon, and you find yourself looking at the front doors of the White Lady. Let me jot this down here. Hopefully this doesn't fuck with your vision.
What time is it?
Looks like it's okay. It's about 4:15 p.m.
You guys go ahead and get a room, or someone. I'm gonna go around the back and experiment with this bag a little bit.
Oh, okay.
What's
fun.
the innkeeper's name again?
Bardabin.
Bardabin.
Hey, Wilzu, would
Huh?
would you like some backup just in case?
Yeah, you know what? Just in case. Yeah, because you never know with this stuff. Maybe one out of these millions of creatures will not be friendly. Who knows, right?
So you're kind of heading around back to the side of the building there.
Mm-hmm. Is the
Okay.
direwolf still with me?
Yes. Here, let me bring him over.
Hello, Bartabin. Hello. Ding, ding.
And here, I'll rename him here. There we go.
All right, I'm gonna. Unless Sin was doing some talking, I'm gonna do some stuff.
Okay. B.R. Smith. 1 year. Hold up. All right, we gotta talk about this for a second. B.R.
Oh,
Smith
Brian.
subscribed for 12 months in a row. 1 year
I did it first.
in a row.
mean-
Oh shit! But we had an inside man. We had an inside man on it. Brian, B.R. Smith, thank you, sir. We really, really, really appreciate
Nah, you the best, Brian.
You've supported
best,
the fuck
Brian.
out of this channel.
At West Coast,
and-
they say,
and
"What
we-
up?"
Yeah, and it's greatly, greatly appreciated. So, thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, back to it. What are you guys talking to Bardaban? So, Aramil and Sucinda.
Bardaban. Oh, Adamir, please, you first. You first.
So Bardaban, I'm gonna cut right to the chase, because, we are, associates. How much would you have paid us for a cauldron that can feed, say, 300 people a day? Magically. Just by adding water to it.
Well, I'd have paid you jack shit because that sort of thing does not exist.
I say something in Thieves' Cant to him. Essentially just, there's honor among thieves. Just
And
trying
he
to show
says-
I'm not lying to him.
He says out loud, "Honor's been dead for quite some time."
Maybe I just have a high and lofty opinion of my profession.
He just nods at you.
Barty, is our room available?
Your same room is available, yes.
And how much is that?
Same going rate as before. If we are talking as before, we were talking 2 gold per night.
2 gold per night. And since we are return customers, I imagine our rewards program you spoke with us about. We do get a discount on the meal plan, yes?
He's glancing over at you, Aramil, and says, "Do you see what I'm saying? Honor, it's dead.
I just
Everything's
have this.
dead."
I'm smirking as I am in real life.
No,
Just
Sucinda, no.
don't look at me.
It's 2
Don't
gold
look at me.
per person per night for
For the
lodging.
meals. Oh.
If you
Wait. For the meal plan, it's 2 gold per person. But for the room, it's 2 gold, yes.
you've got it backwards.
Let the man speak.
I'm genuinely confused at this point. Kira is confused.
2 gold for lodging per person.
Per person?
And then
how much for the meal?
for meals for the evening and the morning after would be 1 gold each.
1 meal for dinner, 1 gold. Okay.
So basically 5 silver per meal per person.
Oh, so 1 gold for both night and breakfast.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine you can get a bill for us. I will pay you my 3 gold now. Everybody else can pay for themselves. Unless
That's-
if Sandy doesn't have the gold, just let me know and I'll pay for his. I don't think he has any money left. I don't think he has money.
Do you slide the gold out on the counter?
Yeah, I give him 3 gold and I'm like, just let me know if Sandy. I don't know if he has any money left. Let me know. I don't want to embarrass him.
Where?
Just say, oh, 3 gold. Oh, you don't have. I will ask Sin.
Speaking of them, well, hold on. Aramil,
Yeah.
do you plan on staying the night as well?
Yes, I'll go ahead and give you 3 gold for my next day. We actually will need the room for 2 nights, but
Oh.
we can pay for the
We'll
next
take
night.
it a day at a time.
Right, about to
but
say.
Speaking of your friends, you're short a couple of people.
Oh, they're just gallivanting about through the town.
They are doing some magical experiments, and probably better to do them outside than inside. I say plainly. Just,
They're doing them outside here.
correct. Better than in your
And he
facility.
turns around and looks out the window directly behind him.
Yeah, what do we
And
see?
can directly see Wilzu,
cut to
Sandy, and a
cut to
giant direwolf out there. And yes, we will cut over to Wilzu and Sandy. What are y'all doing?
I look at Fang for just a moment.
He's hopping around in the snow.
I'll say, I don't know what's gonna happen when I do this, Fang, but if I don't see you again, you were cool, and hopefully, you know, wherever you go is a good place. As I'll reach in the bag and take a ball.
Sounds
And,
like you're putting down a dog.
He he looks at you, and this thing, again, just as a reminder, is massive. It's even on all fours. It's the top of its back is about 5 feet tall.
Shit.
So if it were to stand up on its hind legs, it would be taller than you, Sandy.
Well, I don't know what's gonna happen, you know, magic and whatnot. It might just, I don't know.
Beautiful.
Maybe Fang will go twice as big. Who knows? Maybe screw it. Let's just see what happens. And I'll just flick it off my fingers towards the rocks.
Roll a d8.
Don't get a 7.
Okay.
Okay. Uno momento. As you throw this fuzzy ball, it sinks into the snow. And as soon as it hits the ground, you see Fang just sort of cease to exist. He just dissolves into thin air. And you start to see the snow move and rise in different areas. Why isn't this dragging out here? Roll 20 being a bitch. It was being a bitch. And you see from this deep snow, you see a snout kind of stick up out of the snow. And climbing out of the snow is a tusked boar that just sort of and just sort of looking around, and then looks at you and just kind of puts its nose up and starts sniffing the air, and then sort of walks towards you.
Okay, just chill. Stay right there. A boar, huh? Okay.
Not as exciting as a dire wolf, but
Well, these could do work, right? I heard stories of like a boar goring this one king, and he got an infection from it, and I don't know. There's sure, there's something they can do. But
Started a whole lot of shit.
either way, I guess I think it was 3 times I could do this, and I'll reach around in the bag again for one more of those balls
Okay.
and pull one out and just kind of toss it over the boar.
And it watches it go, and it almost goes to try and follow it as it hits the ground, and then the boar disappears. Roll another d8 for me. Okay.
Nice.
And as the boar disappears, you start to see the snow start to move again. Not quite as much this time. I'll tell you what, let me zoom in here for the stream. Yeah, it looks good. And another snout just pokes up out of the snow as a small little badger just pops its head out and starts looking around, and you hear it.
Huh. Okay, I'll squat down a bit and examine it closer. It's, now look at Sandy. It's a badger.
huh? Like a honey badger or a normal
Can't-
badger?
Can I tell the difference?
No, you absolutely cannot.
I don't know. Just looks like a badger. Man, this thing could be useful, or no, I'm not gonna be mean. What's up, little badger? And I'll hold my hand out. How big is it compared to my arm?
It's about the same size as your arm.
Oh.
A little big, maybe a little bigger, like a little fatter.
Well, I guess you're stuck with us for a bit now. I don't know how to dismiss these things other than summon another thing, and I think I've already spent all the times I could do it today. So,
When you reach out your hand, it puts its 2 paws up on your hand.
Oh, look at that! It has some. You got a little bit of intelligence to you, huh? Can you wave one hand at me?
It just stares at you.
Oh, nope, too complicated. Got it.
Yeah, I don't
Alright.
think we should rely on this in combat.
Only for emergencies, maybe. If we bring Fang back out, that'll be good shit. But this, actually, Sandy, do you have a pouch on your hip?
Yes.
Okay, don't freak out, okay? This is experimentation, and you'll be fine. Badger. Oh, crap. Maybe I should think of a name for you first. What do you think I should call this thing, Sandy?
Fane 2?
Fang 2.
Fisherman.
That doesn't seem that original, but I can't think of anything else right now. Fang 2! Retrieve the pouch from this man's hip.
Let me name it real quick.
The sequel went way downhill.
Never good as the first.
It runs over to Sandy, and it reaches up and starts pawing at the pouch on his side.
Well, look at that! He's actually trying to take it!
Huh.
Did he
Again.
succeed?
No, it's hard attached. This thing is not very
Okay.
strong.
Okay. Well, that's neat. So that means he can retrieve stuff, right? And I'll just take one of my daggers out and I'll just throw it like to my right, about 6 feet. Fang 2, bring me my dagger.
It runs over to your dagger and dives in the snow, grabs it in its mouth, and brings it to you.
Sandy, you see that? Perfect. Everything has a purpose. And
You're
I'll
playing fetch with a badger.
I'll take my dagger from it. Sandy, now come on. You can't think of any way this can't be used. What if we're talking to people and we're trying to get something on the ground, but we're distracting them and, none of us can go get it. The badger can go get it and hide with it.
So
Something like that.
You're telling me if we're talking to people and you need something, you're going to turn around and go, hey, go get that, and they're not going to know?
Well, maybe I could use gestures or something? I don't know. That'll take more experimentation, but I feel like I could be out here all night if I go down that path.
Wilzu, make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Cool. As you put your dagger back into your side holster, you notice that the pouch that contained the chatelaine that was on your hip is gone.
Uh-oh. Now look at the badger for a moment. Is it holding anything in its mouth?
It's not.
Sandy, I do believe I've been robbed.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, my bag of sand, and henceforth the bag with the charlatan inside, is gone.
Oh, you're telling me that thing of evil you were talking about is now missing?
That is correct.
I can't wait for you to tell me.
Well, I guess that's just one less thing we have to worry about now.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like I could have done something with it. Oh, perfect opportunity for more experimentation. Fang 2, locate my missing pouch.
It perks up, its ears perk up, and it runs between your legs and over towards the building and grabs something out of the snow and runs it back over to you and puts it in your hand. And it is a rock.
Oh.
Damn it.
But looking and kind of following the badger as it ran over there, Sandy, you would notice this too. You both, because it's not really snowing very heavily right now. It's kind of a light snow outside. You see Wilzu, you see your footprints. Sandy, you see your footprints. You see Fang's footprints. But you also see another set of footprints that lead over about where you're standing and then circle back and lead out from the direction that you came.
Well, the experiment failed, but you see that there, right, Sandy? Those tracks?
Yeah, those feet are clearly big mine. Those are clearly small yours.
These are somewhere in between. Both of yours.
I don't think Sin or Armel followed us.
Looks like we have some hunting to do.
How
Thing
about,
2, on my shoulder.
It hops up on your shoulder.
how about you make it follow those footprints?
Well, we could just follow the footprints, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
They're
this
pretty
thing's gotta do
obvious right now.
something.
Wait, say what, JD?
I was gonna say they're pretty obvious footprints right now.
Okay. No, I'll just follow them. If it gets complicated, then Fang 2 can handle it. Let's go get the others. but low in the details. Let's just tell them to come on.
Oh, you don't want me to tell Sin that the bag's missing?
No, not yet, damn it, not yet. That'll slow things down. We need to hurry.
Did I give him 3 gold yet for the room?
And
And my food.
Yes. And
Okay, let
and
me
now
deduct
Bardabin has turned back around and is just sort of wide-eyed. That's certainly something you don't see every day.
Thank you, Bartabin.
Wes! No time to explain. We have a thief to hunt. Come! And I'll immediately start going back outside.
Sandy, are you going? You're in my way. You're blocking me. Okay. Who stole from us now? I hate this godforsaken town.
Well, Bardaben. Dash off.
I look, follow those footprints again that we were following to here.
Okay. Also, just check for me real quick, Wilza. You should be able to be able to control Fang too.
Yeah, I got Fang too.
Nice.
So
Where are
you
we going? Where did they go? Who's the thief? Who did it? What'd they steal?
you see the tracks leading. Let me make sure I get my directions correct here. The white lady. You see them leading to the northeast.
Northeast, I go. With my badger in tow.
Okay. I'm not even gonna have anybody make a check for this because with the one second here. Let me set this back to here we go. With the snow being deep and it not snowing too terribly hard, it's pretty easy actually to follow them, and follow them you do all the way to the docks. Let me go ahead and transfer us over here. So all the way from there we go. All the way from the White Lady Inn to it's about 165 feet away to the docks, of which the Easthaven ferry, the one that Scython was formerly the captain of, still the captain of, just ferry's not running. You see the footprints sort of lead onto that dock there, and then they sort of disappear as the snow turns into a mixture of kind of slush and ice.
Any people around here?
You see the occasional person walking down the road, kind of bundled up. Probably, I'd say 5 or 6 people walking around.
But no one like out on the docks.
No one
How
out
long
on the
does it
docks.
take for you to prepare a spell? Do I have to do that
That's
in the
something you have to
morning?
do during a rest, yeah.
Oh, a rest?
Yeah.
How long of a rest do I need to do?
I believe it's a long rest. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jamie.
To change prepared spells, it's actually not sure, but I can look it up real quick.
I think it depends on your class.
Cleric, for a cleric.
Like sometimes it's during a level up, sometimes it's during a rest.
It's a long rest for a wizard. I know that. I think it's a
Yeah.
long rest for a cleric as well.
Long rest, yeah.
Wait, no. I
Oh,
take that back.
no. Preparing a new list of cleric spells requires time spent in prayer and meditation, at least 1 minute per spell level for each spell on your list.
There you go.
I only need 2 minutes, y'all. Why are we here? What are we doing? What is the business of this Vilzu? Tell me now.
I don't see any
Who
more
stole
track.
from you?
No.
Damn it! The track's into here.
But they
Oh,
very
that was all of my sand too.
they very clearly do lead onto the docks though.
Well, let us press on in the direction we think it's going.
Vilzu, is there anything you mean to tell me? If not, I will just go on to here, and it will be fine.
Let us keep moving forward.
Okay, that's what you
We need
said.
to find the thief first. Mm-hmm. And I'll
We'll
step
find
out on the
them.
docks.
Okay. So stepping out onto the docks, this is actually one of the larger docks. There we go. In the entire harbor here. And you see at the end of it a docked and locked in ice, a long, large keelboat that has a very kind of wide open deck, and then there is a kind of an enclosed structure kind of towards the back of it, almost like a sleeping quarters or something along those lines. And I'll go ahead and transfer us over here.
Maybe here. And I'll just start marching forward.
I'll go ahead and notch an arrow, ready to go.
Oh, look. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
As I'm watching my steps very carefully, I'd like to light my lantern so I can see more of the dock and what I'm exactly getting into.
Okay. Let me turn on your lighting here. That work?
Yes, sir.
I'll step onto the boat.
Okay. And you got you got Fang 2 on your shoulder?
Yeah, well, he's like almost wrapped around my neck. Cause I assume he's pretty big, and I am just a small gnome.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, size.
badgers are, they're about the size of a raccoon.
Yeah. So he's like on one shoulder and draped around my neck with his head on the other shoulder. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's curved around.
I'll have an arrow drawn, just ready, watching from where I am.
Okay. So as you walk onto here, you see just this large open deck. And you can see that this was clearly a ship made for transporting people and cargo. You know from speaking with Scython at the wet trout between here and Caer Denival and Caer Conig, but has been shut down until this rime is over.
This looks like maybe there's someone who actually lives here. Sandy, you know what's at stake. Do you want to take point?
Yeah, I can.
I'll be sure not to shoot you.
Are these both doors? I'm
They
assuming.
are.
And I'm gonna walk past you
And
now. Okay?
Yes.
looking at the doors, you can see that the ice that was covering these cabin doors have been chipped away.
Like all of the doors, or
Between, but you see two doors. There's a door on the east side of this, and there's a door on the south side.
and they've both been shipped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll walk to this one, knowing that Hermel's kind of got a good line of sight.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm
I'm gonna
ready.
grab, I'm assuming, a handle,
Okay.
and I'm gonna like twist it and see if it's unlocked.
Yep. So the handle is not like a door handle. It's more just like an actual handle, and
Okay.
it swings inward. And
Okay.
yes, it is unlocked.
So I'm going to kind of get my maul, and push the door open. Who's in here?
So, looking in here, you see that this space. Do what?
Since it's in the middle of 2 blocks, I can't like walk into it. There we go.
Let me see here.
I had to click and drag.
Yeah, there you go. You can also, while you're dragging, if you hold Alt, you can kind of put yourself in between squares and stuff like that if you need to. So, looking in here, you see that there are 4 sleeping bags, and there's a couple of packs, or there's, a couple of packs on the ground, and then you see a rolled up piece of parchment off to the side.
Okay. So I'll grab that parchment and kind of just hand it to Wilzu, and I'll keep like kind of searching this room for anything else that I may find.
As he hands me that, I'll just say loudly while walking in, "Damn it, no one's here? I was hoping we'd find something." I'll read the parchment.
Okay, so as you open the parchment, you see it's a map of Icewind Dale, and there are a couple of different spots actually marked with a red X on it. You're not sure what they necessarily represent, but they are marked very prominently.
Markings, perhaps areas hit by whoever these people are. Maybe to be hit? I guess we have more places to check out. Anything else in here, Sandy?
Go ahead.
I'm kind of like moving stuff around, making sure there's no like hidden passage or anything worth of value laying around here.
Sure, make a perception check for me. Yeah, looking around, there doesn't seem to be too much outside of the packs, but looking in them, you do see that there are rations in there. It seems like somebody's been camping out here. And it's about that time, Wilzu, you feel a stinging pain in your back as you kind of stumble forward, and almost as coming out of some sort of invisibility spell, you look behind you and see a very dark-skinned dwarf looking at you with a dagger in his hand, and this dagger sort of radiates this sort of purple energy, and you almost see kind of this purple smoke ooze out of the wound that he stabbed you in the back with, as you are actually going to take 15 damage, 1 piercing and 14 psychic damage, as he sort of growls, and you see this individual looking at you there.
I will yell out in excruciating pain for people throughout the whole city to hear it so loud.
And I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
Question: when we leveled up, did we get our spell slots back? I meant to ask that before we started.
You did not get spell slots back now.
Oh, I didn't have any targeted. Crap. Oh, there I am. What am I doing way back here?
Wow.
Did I pull my token out here?
I did not.
Oh, that was weird.
I'll pull you
glitchy.
back in.
There we go.
Psychic damage really messed you up.
Yeah, no shit.
Uno momento. Let me get shit situated here. Go. Wilzu. Let's see. You rolled an 8 on initiative.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled an 8 on initiative.
Go and ding. There we go. Aramel, you actually are going to be the first to react to this as you see this dwarf kind of he's kind of halfway behind. He's behind half cover at the moment. But you do see him. You saw him kind of come out of invisibility as he stabbed into Wilzu and then kind of stepped back.
Perfect. I'd like to use my assassinate, if that's possible.
Okay, let's see.
I'm assuming he'd be surprised that he's about to be shot with an arrow.
Well, it says you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. Or against a creature that is surprised. I would say in this particular scenario, he is not surprised.
Okay, that's fine. But he's definitely engaged, though.
He is engaged, yes. So you will
Alright,
you will get a sneak attack, yes.
Sure. Then I will definitely fire that arrow I had notched
Okay.
into him.
Let's see.
Hoping that a 14 hits.
So as you're, let me take a look what half cover does actually. It's hard to keep track of all this stuff, man. So half cover gives them a +2 bonus to AC. So your arrow flies right at this thing, and just the very corner of it just clips the inside of the door, and the arrow splinters and flies into the room.
I'll slide like this, and I'll end turn.
Okay. Let's see here. Sin. Do something here. Is a 19 hit.
Hell yeah, it hits. I'm outside though. It hits me even though I'm outside.
So another dwarf pops out from invisibility next to you with a war pick in his hand and just swings into you and just cuts across your side as you try to dodge out of the way, but it deals 3 piercing damage.
This jackass. I am not pleased with this.
I'm not pleased.
Let me see. I am not pleased. I point my finger at him and cast a spell.
What do you cast?
Hellish Rebuke.
Nice.
Okay. For 11 damage, as you point your finger back, as you point, there's another one! As fire flings out from your finger and does make contact with this creature here.
Let me see, too. Did I even do that right? Oh, man.
Yeah, it's a reaction.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it has to take a dexterity saving throw.
Gotcha. All right, 1 second. Do that. What's the spell save on it?
12.
It rolled a 14.
Well, then, do you round up or down? Because you take half damage.
You always round down, so it'll take 5 fire damage.
Well.
As you singe this creature in front of you there, and he sort of yells out in pain. Sandy, that brings us to you.
I'm assuming I saw.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
thing
You
attack Will
caught the full. Yeah, you caught the full image of it.
Okay.
You saw him
Seen-
basically jump off from one of these tables off to the side and sort of reveal his invisibility mid-air as he stabbed into the back of Wilzu.
Seeing that, it enrages me. And being that my great old mortal enemy in the wrestling ring was a dwarf, I go into a rage, and I will swing my maul at him.
Nice.
Okay, and you take a strong swing at this thing. Do you roll with advantage on that? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay, he ducks just barely as your maul you see what little hair he has just kind of whoosh by as he looks up at you and sneers.
Well, as he's looking up at me and sneering, I come back with a frenzy attack. That gives me another attack on my bonus action.
Okay. That
Nice.
absolutely hits as you find yourself just clobbering this thing
Hell
right
yeah.
in the shoulder for 9 bludgeoning damage.
I'm gonna look down on him. Smirk at me, little dwarf, and I will smash you in half. And I'll end my turn.
Okay. Sin, you hear a whooshing sound, and you see at the last second a javelin hurling towards you through the air.
This is some bullshit.
But I think a 12 misses.
I
Damn.
sure hope so. It does. Good.
And it
Good.
goes,
misses.
and it just sinks right into the sidewall of the boat, right next to you. It just barely missed you, but you see another dark dwarf up towards the front of the boat looking at you. And it is going to move kind of this way. And that's going to bring us to this back to our first dwarf here, who's going to look at you, Wilzu, and you see a flash across its eyes, and I need you. Let's see. Yeah, I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
Wow.
Ooh, and this is some magical shit, ain't it?
So you should have advantage, right?
Yes.
All right. You start to feel a tug at your mind, but you're able to resist it as this creature seems to just let out this exhale, and that's going to end its turn. Wilzu, that brings us to you. And just so you know, the creature that you have, Fang 2, is friendly to you and your companions, and it acts on your turn, and you can use a bonus action to command how the creature moves and what action it takes on its next turn, or just give it general orders such as to attack your enemies.
Okay.
In the absence of such orders, that's just going to act in a fashion appropriate to its natural nature, to its
Gotcha.
nature.
I'm gonna start off by just rubbing my head, having resisted that, and just reach out to grab whatever thing I can telepathically, like I don't know, one of those boxes,
Okay.
and cast catapult at level 2 at him.
Nice.
Okay.
So he needs to make a dexterity savings throw.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Fail.
He fails.
Nice.
As one of these boxes just slams into him and actually slams him against the wall as well, for a total of 19 bludgeoning damage.
Woo!
And
Nice.
as a bonus action, I'll just point to his face and yell, "Same too! Fuck his face up!" and I want the badger to not so much as attack him, but just like harass him. So like Sandy will get advantage or something, or this dude will have disadvantage on an attack, something like that.
Okay, it's gonna run up to him and sort of crawl around him, and it is gonna try and bite his ankle. And it is going to hit for 1 piercing damage.
Hell yeah.
Sin.
Well, this wonderful dwarf in front of me, I would like to reach my hand out and inflict wounds.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll work. Make a melee spell attack. I guess I cast that. Is that how
Yep.
that works? I want to try and do it at a 2nd level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That is
Huzzah!
definitely going to hit. As you reach out
Perfect.
to this creature, and it's going to try and take another swing at you, but you grab it by its arms, and you see, even as dark as this dwarf is, you see this black spider web of veins kind of creep up his arm and up his neck and up his face, and he tries to yell out, but he just can't quite get out the yell, and he actually falls over dead.
One shot.
Oh shit.
Goodbye. Don't ever hurt me again, you scoundrel. This is my boat. I own it now. I am the tiefling.
Okay, so Aramil, you hear a quick boom, 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 and running up, you see just in the split second before another
shit.
dwarf come out of stealth and make a swing at you. That's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Yep.
It's going to be 9 piercing damage as he sinks his war pick into your kind of thigh and pulls it out.
Ouch.
Which is going to bring us to your turn.
Perfect. I would like to use my bonus action and disengage from this asshole.
Okay.
5, 10. I'll come stand over here and say, "Send, they're all around us," and then I will fire at this guy.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Wow.
That first one is going to be a natural
Holy shit.
20. So
Boom.
that is going to be 9, 16, 21 damage as this arrow just sinks right into this thing's neck. And you see that these ones out here are actually wearing fairly heavy armor, so you just found that weak point right around his neck. But he is still standing. But definitely hurt. Right, that's going to, let's see, he is dead. Sandy, you are up.
I'm going ahead and gonna swing at this guy some more.
Okay.
Hmm.
He manages to dodge again, but by accident, as he's just trying to get this badger off of him, that he just dances out of the way of your maul.
Okay. Well, I'll come back with the second one.
Okay.
Okay.
There
That
it
one
is.
does
Beautiful, beautiful.
as you catch him right in his stomach, and it knocks the wind out of him.
And that one will end my turn.
Okay. Let's see. That's gonna bring us to these guys here. Sin, you see the dwarf up here. Look down and just let out this kind of large or this loud yell. Let's see here. And it just starts to grow and grow and get bigger and bigger, and this thing almost doubles in size.
Oh shit.
And it runs towards you with its big, now giant war pick and takes a swing at you with it. But I believe
Wow.
a 13 misses.
A 13 is my AC, so I don't
So
know.
that actually does hit, yeah. Which is going to catch you. So you actually dodge the pointy end of this pick, but the head of it just cracks into your ribs for 10 damage. And that's going to bring us back into the cabin here. This guy is going to turn to you, Sandy, and is going to swing at you with its dagger. I believe a 13 misses, though,
Correct.
as you dodge out of the way.
Good. That would have hurt.
That would have hurt. Let's see here. Wilzu, that brings us to you.
Muted.
My bad. I am going to grab another box and fling it hard as I can.
Okay, do it. I need to make
Wow.
a deck save, right?
Damn.
He is going to dodge out of the way as another box just crashes against the wall.
And then I'll shout out, "His eyes! Go for his eyes! Get the eyes thing! Two!"
And Fang 2 is going to try and bite. And does, as he deals another 1 damage to this, whatever this creature is.
Did he make any attempt for the eyes?
He did not, no.
Oh.
Badgers are not the smartest.
Yeah.
Does that end your turn?
Mhm.
All right, Cinda.
This is terrible. I hate it so much. Why is the door so large? What time is it in the day?
It is about 4:30 p.m.
I guess I will try to just do normal attack for now. And then next time maybe I will do something different. I want to cast inflict wounds, but as just a basic bitch first level spell this time.
Okay.
Ah, terrible. Golly. I rolled a 4 and a 1 and a 1. What the hell?
And I need to make
No,
What
I
kind
need
of
to
roll?
make a melee spell attack. I don't know why I didn't do it this time. Maybe that. Look at that, necrotic 20. What the fuck?
Let's see here. So
Yeah,
that is going to hit, though, as you grab onto him and you just find a way to kind of grab onto the side of his head. And you see those same black marks stretch out, but not nearly as effective as before.
Shame. Well,
which
that
is
is all
going
I
to bring
have. I
us
am all out of spells now.
to
No
this
more.
one here, who is also going to, for a moment, just look down and yell, and he as well will grow in size.
Jesus.
And Aramil, you see all of his weapons and everything sort of grow with him as he pulls a javelin out, and he looks to you and goes to just hurl this javelin right at you. It's gonna be a 20
Damn.
to hit.
Yep, I'm
All right,
unconscious.
8 piercing damage as this thing just skewers you to the deck. Sandy.
Do I need to make a death save?
No, not yet.
I am going to try to knock this fool out.
Do it. He dodges out of the way and manages to shake Fang 2 off of him. Are you following up?
I am, and I have to like click off it.
Gotcha. And he actually sees that one coming and just redirects it into the wall beside him.
On my turn.
Okay, the large one in front of you, Sin, is going to making a swing at you with his
No,
pick.
don't hit me, please. Don't. I'm innocent. You
I
do not
believe
hit
a
me.
10
Ha, ha,
misses,
ha.
yes. So
You missed.
you duck underneath it, and
Whoop.
its pick actually hits its friend and just slings it off into the ice, and
Sucker.
it goes flying, cracks the ice, and falls underneath the water. Which is going to bring us to our dwarf in here, who is going to look at you, Wilzu, and he is going to... Let's see, what do I want to do here? He is going to step away and sheath his dagger and raise both of his hands next to him about shoulder level, and then snap, and you see him almost Ant-Man size, Ant-Man style, shrink down to almost nothing and dart out through a hole in the wood.
Can I try to hit his darting person away?
You can, but it will be with disadvantage
Okay.
because he
Same
is
for me?
tiny. Yeah, both of you.
Try to step on him.
Both of you miss as he just kind of jumps out of the way and in between the cracks in the wall, and runs outside. I don't think I can make him. I can make him small. But yeah. And he's going to jump off of the edge of the boat. And Sin, you hear this this sound of like just this very high pitched like so it's like it's screaming something. Does anybody speak Dwarvish?
I do.
Okay. You don't quite hear it since you're inside, but you see both of the dwarves look back to the source of the sound, because Sin, you don't necessarily see where the sound is coming from, but they both turn back and look. Wilzu, you're up.
I will proceed to step outside. I see massive dwarves and be a bit confused and woozy at the moment. I don't see the small one anywhere.
Nowhere. These dwarf, and by massive dwarves, they're about 8, 9 feet tall. So they're dwarves, but they're about as tall as Sandy is.
Okay. Seeing one on the deck engage with Sucinda, I'll hold out my hand and just cast a firebolt.
Okay.
Nice.
That is going to hit as this firebolt sinks right into this thing's armor, and you see it kind of flare up underneath its scales.
Alright, that's I'm gonna end my. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna order Fang 2 to go harass this giant.
Okay, I think you should have control over him, I think.
Oh yeah. Get him out there. Get him on him. No, actually, and I'll be very specific because I don't want him to do damage. I just want him to affect the enemy's action. So I'm going to have Fang 2 use the help action for whoever next attacks this creature.
Okay. So you see it just start crawling all over this dwarf, and he just starts kind of swinging around at it. Sin.
So I would imagine that he's kind of distracted right now, right? So I can like scurry around and him not have an opportunity attack against me.
I'd say he'll have an opportunity attack if you leave his range, but it'll be with disadvantage.
And since I'm standing where I was, I would have seen the little tiny baby dwarf go
You
away.
didn't quite notice him, no, with all the...
No?
I'll tell you what. We'll be fair with it. Make a perception check with disadvantage, because he was literally tiny and ran
My
out.
eyeballs. I hope I have my brand new glasses on like I do right now. You said perception?
With disadvantage, yeah.
Please be good. Please be good perception. Terrible! Both of them!
Did not see it. You just heard this very... Yeah, exactly. Like, think Animal Crossing. Yeah, exactly. Gotta get the fuck out of here!
Let me get out of here right now. Well, fine then. For my turn, since I don't really have anything left to do, no more spells, I would like to use Prestidigitation. Is that what I have? Thaumaturgy, just kidding. And cause my voice to boom 3 times as loud as normal. In true Harry Potter form. Dwarves! Trying to kill us on the boat! Thought you ought to know.
Do I become conscious?
No, not quite.
Trying to help, garner attention and people to come help us.
Sure. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to bring us to this
But very
large...
dramatically, true Moira fashion. Dwarves! On the boat! Yeah.
You see, let's see here.
1 million people coming to help? Good. Did I rattle his ears? He's standing close
He seemed
me.
to kind
My
of
voice is very
he
loud.
seemed to kind of squint. Yeah. This dwarf down here, you see, sheathe its war pick and raise its arms up to its side and snap. And all of a sudden, it just vanishes from sight. And you hear, shortly after, the sound of ice cracking kind of behind the boat as footsteps just seem to emanate and get quieter and quieter. Aramel, I need you to make a death save for me.
Oops.
That's 1 success.
Right on.
Sandy.
I'm going to leave the room and see this giant of a dwarf, which is my size, so not necessarily a giant. Being in the room, I could kind of see the other one on the dock. Would I have known that he vanished and ran away? Not necessarily knowing where he went, but just
Right,
knowing
yeah,
that
you would
he-
have seen him kind of go invisible. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to try to, tackle this dwarf and restrain him.
Okay. Make a... Let's see, grappling is strength versus strength or agility, I think. let's see, grapple. When you want to grab a creature or wrestle with it, use your attack action. The target of your grappable. Blah, 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 yep. You can grapple check instead of attack roll. A strength athletics check contested. So you need to make an athletics check versus the athletics or acrobatics of the target.
So just a standard athletics check?
Yes. And I'll say actually make it with advantage. So that'll be 11 there since Fang 2 is sort of dancing around it there. To make its strength check. And since it's enlarged... Yes, and strength checks. So it is going to make its strength check with advantage as well since it is enlarged. A 14, so he barely manages. Actually, you know what? The Fang 2 is actually going to offset that. So that's actually going to make that a 5. So he fails. You actually grapple him.
Nice.
Successfully. Because
Okay.
at the time you go to grapple him, Fang 2 is like crawling across his face and just blinds him for just a moment. Just enough for you to kind of get behind him and put him in almost like a full Nelson almost.
Alright. Would I be able to use a bonus action to, like, try to tie him up with rope?
That would be an action.
Okay.
But you can't
Alright,
hold
well,
him there.
I am going to hold on as long as I possibly can.
Okay. And it is his turn, so he is going to try and break free. But with disadvantage again as well.
God damn!
So,
Shit.
go ahead and roll a strength or an athletics check with advantage again.
Oh, man.
He manages to break free just out of your grasp. But that is his action, and he is going to try and turn and run. Sin and Sandy, both of you get an attack of opportunity on him. And Fang 2 is still on him. Let's see. Both of those are just going to barely miss.
Well, I imagine I can't shoot him point blank with my crossbow.
And
Can
he is. You cannot now. Well, you could.
Well,
It would
then
just
with-
be.
With my mace, I'm going to try my hardest to try and attack him then.
Okay.
Oh,
That
wow,
actually
look at
hits.
me!
So you do 4 damage to him as he attempts to flee. And as he's fleeing, he is going to attempt to punch Fang 2 off of his body and
That
catch it and basically try to end this thing. So it is going to just be a strength check or a strength attack. I believe that's going to hit, yeah. So he actually grabs Fang 2 and just squeezes it, and you just hear a crunch and a crack, and he throws it on the ground, and Fang 2 just sort of vanishes. And that's the end of his turn. Wilzu, you're up.
I'll hobble around the corner. Oh yeah, Fang's dead. Just with my hand still held up and just lob another firebolt.
Okay. That is barely going to hit, but it does make contact just right with the back of his arm, and it almost throws him off balance a little bit. And he almost has to take a knee here, but grabs
a
kind
health
of the
bar?
edge. Oh, can you not see health bar?
Nope.
No.
Carrier.
I can fix that. What about now?
Yes, I see.
Okay. Sin.
Since he's a little bit farther away from me now, I would like to use my crossbow and try
Okay.
to attack him.
Go for it.
Pew pew! Nothing.
He dodges out of the way as your arrow just goes wild and flies off into the distance.
I would like to move closer to him though,
Okay.
to see. I'm being very perceptive to see where this asshole's about to go. Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Okay. Aramil, make
I
a
see you,
death
old
save
man.
for me as the rest of your party has just left Aramil bleeding out on the deck.
I know he's fine.
That's
for
gonna be
now.
one
After
failure.
This one. Okay, I'm gonna go get him next time. I'm just playing it out. Playing
Sandy.
Monopoly right now.
I'm gonna chase this dude down.
Okay.
Oh. Just made it weird. Didn't do what I needed it to. I'm gonna try to swing my maul at it.
Okay.
At him and knock him out.
So you're going for a non-lethal?
Yeah, not trying to kill him. I'm just trying to kind of maybe take his legs out or knock him out or something.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll. That is definitely going to hit, and you find Purchase just at the right spot on the back of this thing's head, and you just see him go limp and fall on the ground. But he still seems to be breathing, but unconscious, but barely clinging on to life. And that is gonna take us out. And as he hits the ground, he shrinks back down to normal size. And that will take us out of combat.
I will rush over to Aramil. And begrudgingly uncork my potion of healing because I'm out of spells. And heal him for 7.
Well, we got one of the
Adamil! Adamil! I slap his cheek. Adamil, wake up! Wake up! Adamil! Adamil! Hello, Adamil!
Okay, I'm here.
You owe me a healing of. You owe me a potion healing, okay? A healing potion. You died by accident. I don't think you meant to, but still, I had to use mine to bring you back to life. One thing this town has taught me is my hands are actually money makers. Potion of healing are very expensive. Okay?
Thanks for bringing me back. I didn't realize.
No problem.
I didn't realize I would get a bill for it.
That is what we call healthcare. No problem. I will see you.
Well, thanks.
I die.
While that's going on, I'd like to tie the dwarf up, restrain him as best as I can with my rope.
Okay, you do just that.
And drag him into the cabin area.
Okay.
I feel bad.
Follow Sandy.
I'm following too.
See what's happening.
I feel bad for you, dwarf. I've been watching Lost. And unfortunately for you, Saeed Jarrah is my favorite.
Plop down in the corner.
I want to ask the dwarf. Dwarf, have you seen Lost? Are you familiar with Saeed?
It's still
Hopefully we get some
unconscious.
info.
Hey, how out is this guy?
Completely out right now.
Okay.
He's a torturer.
Well,
And I intend to torture you as well.
we have two options. We can try to force him awake now, or we can kind of catch our bearings and sit here and catch our breath and wait for him to wake up.
Yeah, I guess so. Hopefully he knows about what he stole.
Yeah, Wilzu, you definitely look like you need to catch your breath.
Yeah, I'll
You too.
just-
We all do.
take a short rest while we wait on this guy to come to. Is he bound hands and feet?
He's bound very well. Yeah. It looks like
Okay.
Sandy has done this a time or two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start taking a short rest then, waiting on this guy to wake up.
Okay.
Myself as well, however, during this short rest, I would like to try and find any splinters in the ground, the wood, and sharpen them.
Okay.
I've been
Sin.
watching Lost, you guys. Look, this is just who I am right now.
You were going to lose your god's favor at this
Sin.
pace.
Sin,
No, I'm a trickster god. I'm not. I never said I was a good person.
Sin.
Getting
For the
torture
record.
ready doesn't sound very trickstery.
Sin,
I'm
I've
neutral.
I pull up my dagger. Sin, we've got these too. We can make.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
That's a great idea.
I
Yes,
make
I
this.
like.
I make this motion like we have ways to make him talk.
I've been watching too much Lost. Blame it on Lost,
We
okay?
will get our answer.
And about 20 minutes go by,
Oh, not long at all.
and you
She
start to
seems like a
see
demon.
the eyes of this dwarf flutter. Wilzu, make a history check for me.
All right. History. I know history.
Cool. After
Wow.
getting a good look at this thing and being able to take a second to catch your breath and really study it, you're pretty sure that this is what's known as a Dwergar, which are basically dark-skinned dwarves who very, very rarely come up from out of dark caves, the Underdark, things like that. You don't see them on the surface very often.
I'm gonna relay that to my team right when I realize that. Then this
That's-
isn't a regular dwarf. He's not from the town here. They're from underground.
I say in common. Can anyone speak Dwarven?
I can.
I can
I'll-
speak and read everything.
I'll stand behind him, and then I'll say in Dwarvish, "We have questions that you will answer us." And I put a dagger in front of his face.
He turns around and his eyes, glazed over as though they may be, meet yours. And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Good cliffhanger.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you guys went on a little adventure today.
We got money coming.
How y'all feeling?
Ready to
we-
torture some
Oh,
dwarf.
fine.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Ready to break some Geneva conventions?
You about to break some laws, boy.
Not here.
Hey, look, what the town doesn't know, they ain't gonna hurt them.
I'm on the open waters. Fine.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
just-
yeah, it's
we'll-
maritime law, right?
Yeah. We'll chuck him back on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, if it's frozen water, does that count? Isn't
Yeah.
that just kind of like land?
The town loves us. They don't care.
Yeah, it's
Technically, they are not supposed to steal from us.
that's
We're
true.
defending.
Although you
I
could
am
consider
only
that a
being-
pickpocket. We're splitting hairs here.
You say potato,
Hey,
I
they-
say potato.
They jumped us. They attacked us. We responded in defense.
And in my
Sure.
defense, I don't know what happened. I just know someone stole something from us.
That's
Right.
true. Well, we got a few things in the fire here. We got a few plates we're spinning right now. We're waiting on the to get paid for the cauldron
Yep.
of plenty that we dropped off. Now
better get
we
paid.
found Dwergar. You found dark dwarves that haven't been seen above ground in God knows how long. That look to be stealing this Chardolin from you for whatever reason.
I just know someone stole from my dear friend Wilzu. My
Mm-hmm.
dear friend Wilzu. Someone stole from him.
It's true.
I'm personally very upset for my best friend Wilzu.
It's true. It's true. I
Hopefully we get our stuff back.
guess we'll see what happens. We will be back, and we are going to pick up right here next Saturday at 8 p.m. Central. We do this every Saturday for the most part at 8 p.m. Central. We also have another tabletop game that we are running every Monday that our good friend Wilzu DMs, and he tries to murder us with things, and then we disappoint him sorely when it doesn't murder us. We got lucky last week.
We're only gonna make it harder. We're gonna make it. We'll see. We're just gonna see what happens.
May I say to foreplays, as a trickster, she seems like a demon. Well, I am a tiefling, so.
There you go.
I mean, I kind of am.
Hey, you know, potato, right?
Right.
Hey, we're all
Potato.
Some of us are chaotic here.
Yeah.
And some of us want chaotic justice.
Chaotic, right here. You fuck with my friends, you fuck with me.
Oh God, we got some Godfather vibes going on here.
Hey, but we'll give the town a cauldron to help them feed food
Right,
to people
right.
too.
You've done your good
And a
deeds.
melon myself. Two peas in a pod.
Well, either way, we appreciate everybody stopping through tonight. If you're new with the stream, we're Cloak and Stagger. Like I said, we do this every Saturday and Monday, and we stream other things randomly throughout the week, World of Warcraft and everything like that. I've recently been on a Lord of the Rings binge, and it's made me want to play the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games again. So that might actually just be randomly happening this week. We'll see. I feel like slaying some orcs. But outside of that, if you want to catch us on future streams, give us a follow so you get the notifications when we go live. And if you want to support the stream and help us, keep putting out this mediocre content, then you can do so, and we greatly appreciate it. Special shout out, as always, to our very faithful patrons, especially 10 Whiskey and BR Smith for being supporters for the past year. So thank you again all for that. But that's all I've got for tonight. We're off tomorrow. We'll be back Monday for Shadow of the Demon Lord. So join us then, and we'll see what happens. So with that, y'all have a great night, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.